Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're an oldie but a goodie, welcome back. It's midweek and guess what's coming this weekend? Some huge storm to the mountains. So I'm gonna listen to my friends. I'm gonna turn you around, prep for this storm, and bring you with me. So if you like watching these kind of videos, keep on watching. Let's start with something positive. My seedlings. This brings me joy. I do have a lot of them in here. I did bring the light from my barn to bring it over to give more joy to my seedlings. They are doing better. I'm hoping they're not as leggy as they were before. Oh, I put you in the spot where I need to lift up the lid. Come on, let's get it together. I hope you can still see it, but check them out. They're still a little leggy, but as long as they're not as leggy as they were before, we're good. I even have peppers coming out, so that means it's working. It's working. Now, the other thing is as soon as I see a third leaf pop up, I do need to put them in a different pod so they can start growing. That being said, the life of a homesteader here. That means that this weekend, the plan was to take out the loofahs, put my little greenhouse together, and now I can't because there's gonna be bad weather, right? Who wants to be out there in the bad weather? I don't want to be. So how am I gonna do this? Because if not, the seedlings are going to die. And then I do not want my seedlings to die. So Saturday we were supposed to attempt the life of taking out the loofahs, taking out the seeds, cleaning out the little greenhouse that I have, and I was gonna put it in the barn, and then I can put the seedlings in each individual tray on its own. But now that's gotta change. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do. I gotta do another plan. So that's that for that. Here's the roots on my sweet potatoes. I got roots on 2 out of the 6, so that's good. It's still working no matter what. I can see the roots, so that's great actually. Pineapple needs water. What else do I need to show you? I got my starter started because I'm gonna make another loaf of bread, and I need to clean out my freezer, bring out the stuff that I don't think we're gonna use, and then bring stuff from the barn to the house, because nobody wants to be out there to walk all the way down there while there's an ice storm and snow on the ground. So I am going to clean out the freezer, bring out stuff that we get to use, and we won't have to go to the barn. The other thing we have to do today is we do have to put a cover on the rabbits because of the ice, because if they get wet, clearly they can die and freeze. So we do have to do a little cover for the rabbits. And we still got a couple of days for that, but I do have to look for the cover, look for some kind of tarp in the barn. So that's my day today, throughout the day. So right now it's Matt early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. So as soon as I get the going, I will bring you with me. Alright, so the friends from the mountain called me yesterday and was like, girl, if you don't have things, today's the day to go. Remind you, the storm don't get here till freaking Saturday. So it's like 4 days from now. And she's like, no, you don't understand. The people here in the South not used to that kind of weather. I know you're from Connecticut, but you need to go get things that you normally need. So I said, all right. Went down to our closest Walmart, and everything was already empty. There's no bread, there's no milk, There's no cream. There's no eggs. Not that I need any. But, I mean, the shelves were already empty. And that was 4 days before the storm. So I said, it's alright. We are godly people, so I'm leaving it to God. But I can make my own bread. And guess what? I don't need no eggs. I got plenty of eggs. And I don't need flour because I have 5-gallon containers full of flour. And we still have more, like our restocks are in the barn. So that's what we're doing today. Just making sure we have everything in the house instead of the barn. But I don't need to go to no store. No, sir. Alright, guys. Alrighty. Hubby just went to go check on the propane. Because we do have a generator connected to the house and the barn. Which is safe. But you never know. We gotta make sure we have enough propane. If the lights do go out. So technically we do have a generator that covers everything from the house, the barn, and those are the only 2 structures that we have here. And we have a 500-gallon propane tank. We also have an emergency gas station which only holds 87, but the truck can use 87, the car cannot. So if anything comes to worse that I need to leave the mountain or some kind of an emergency, clearly we'll be taking the Ford, not the SUV. So we're safe on that part. And besides that, I checked the freezer. Everything is good. I do have enough meats there for the next couple of days. What else? The canning. I don't think I need canning stuff because all the canning here needs to be used anyway. So I'm going to use this opportunity, actually. Waiting for hubby to tell us how much propane we got. I'm going to use...
That 40% full, which means that about April, we should do another order.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on it because if the power goes out, it's gonna be less. So if we end up using it because of the weather this weekend, then we should look at it again to see where it's at.
Understood.
Okay, so we got 40%. So that's not bad. Usually we don't need to fill up till October, but I did notice that we had the temperatures higher for 3 months and we were using more hot water when Lexi was here. So that's why I made him go check on it, but I think it's fine. The other thing is I don't need any of the canning because all the canning here is what we technically use anyways. So like I was saying, I'm going to use this opportunity to use what I got in the house and forget the stuff in the barn, because the stuff in the barn are newer from 2025 and everything in the house is from prior to 2024. I even have some cans down there that are from 2022, but don't tell nobody. And we're pretty good, safe with everything we have here. So I already checked. I don't need any meat from the freezer. I just gotta bake some bread sometime this next couple of days. I can bake me another bread. Not that I have to, right? Because we got the propane. But I'd rather have it ahead of time than to be sitting here. I'd rather be playing games. I also, just in case, because you never know, because we are surrounded by woods. Just in case anything does happen where I need light, I got candles, because you want to conserve the propane. So the more power you have on in the house, the more propane is gonna take, right? So I'll unplug everything. Well, not the seedlings, but I'll unplug everything. All the appliances that I'm not using. We won't turn on the lights. We'll just keep everything to the minimum so the power doesn't drain our propane, right? Just in case, because you never know. Second, we did bring all the blankets and stuff here just in case, because you never know. And the other thing we have to start doing is, I don't think it's today, I think is maybe Friday, that I'll start having my water drip. So I'll do the water dripping here in the kitchen, and I'll do the water drip in the second bathroom, just so the pipes don't freeze. And I'll open up the cabinets so they can get some kind of heat. We also have 2 electric heaters that if I need them, we can use them. But as long as the propane, well, as long as everything works out with the generator, I don't need the electric heaters. I think the only thing is if we put up the temperatures higher inside the house, then the more propane we end up using. So that being said, that's why I would rather do the dripping. So I'll do the dripping, and I'll do the dripping in the other bathroom just to make sure we got the water flowing. We don't want pipes to burst, and that's the number one thing that happens here in the South, is that the houses are not prepared like the houses in Connecticut. Now you wonder why everything is so expensive up north. That's why I'm gonna use these. As the plants get their real leaves, I'm going to put them in here and then have the light on top of here, and I don't need to cover it, because once they get their true leaves, they don't need to be covered. And I learned that the hard way, but I'm still learning. Don't forget, last year I learned a lot, but I still ended up having to buy seedlings. And then this year I'm doubling down, or I should say triple down, because I did put the winter sow in the garden. Plus I know at the last minute, if I have to, I can direct sow my tomato seeds in the ground after sometime in March, and it'll pick up. And I want to say it does take a little bit longer, but I still get tomatoes, so I'm still happy. Essie, once again, these videos are for your insanity and nobody else. So do not buy seedlings. You have winter sowing, you started seeds, and you're going to direct sow. So do not buy seedlings, okay? Get it? Got it? Good. All right, guys. Sorry for the jiggling. I did want to show you. So there's the rabbits. Well, besides the geese. And we're going to put a tarp over them on Friday. Today, you know what I'm gonna try, and I thought I had to share with you, is the lazy way of making bread kind of way. I haven't done this yet. It's the first time doing it, so you know, is the light gonna help me? Do I look dark still? Still look dark. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. We're doing this together, people. Let's see, is that brighter? Brighter days are coming. So I have my bread maker. I know, I have a bread maker. And I have my starter that I have not fed. So let me show you my bubbly starter dying with starvation looks like. I know you see that, right? Check it out. Check out that starter, people. And I'm gonna make a bread in my oven, but I'm gonna use my bread maker that I had in a barn, because I stopped using it because I was doing my own bread. But I'm so busy with work, and if it's not work, it's the farm, that I said there's gotta be an easier way than me coming in here folding and folding, going back out, fold and coming back in, fold again and fold again. So since the bread maker can make bread, I noticed that this one has 19 options. So let me bring it back up. Stop staring at my dough starter. This one here has all these options. See them? I know you do. The Elite Gourmet. Do the work for me, while I'm working or in the garden, and when I'm ready to bake, all I gotta do is take it out of here, put it in my regular pan. Because I don't know about you guys, but this shape of this thing is what made me want to not bake the bread in here anymore. Let me lift you up. I'm sorry that I'm a horrible recorder, but that's just me. This thing, it look creepy, don't it? And then if you don't pull the thing out, this black thing out, that needs the bread, it does come out, people. It does come out, trust me. It's supposed to come out. I'm gonna have to pull it with a pair of pliers. If you don't take it out on time while it's in here and it bakes the bread, the thing bakes in the bread. Oh, there it is. I got it. See? Woo. So you gotta take this sucker out before it starts to bake. And I think that is crazy to me. Alright guys, don't laugh at me, but I pressed the Action 4 camera literally 5 times to turn you on to get you started, and I'm not organized, and that's just me. If you go back to all my videos, listen, I am just not that kind of person. So what you need for this recipe, we're gonna do it today with the starter, and I want to say sometime this week we'll do one with yeast, but this is with the starter. So this is 1 cup of warm water and 3 tablespoons of melted butter, and that's supposed to go first. All right, 1 cup, 3 tablespoons melted butter. Now if I remember, I will put this in the bottom. If I don't, sorry. Now you need active bubbly yeast. So I'm gonna use about this much, which is about a cup of my starter. I just want to leave enough to make sure I am able to start a new starter. Let's see. Oh, I don't want to touch it with my fingers. Nope, a little bit more, because you don't want to contaminate the starter. Now don't forget, this is a starving starter. A little bit more, because I have not fed it today. Now I'm just gonna do the sides, but I'm not putting it inside. You need 2 tablespoons of sugar or honey. I'm gonna do sugar this time. I've done honey before, either way is fine. So I'll do 2 tablespoons of the sugar. I did about 1.5 because I'm diabetic. And now you need a little bit of pinch of salt. That's a lot of salt. Pinch of salt. I think I needed a little bit more because that wasn't too convincing in life. Hubby can't have a lot of salt. So it says 1 teaspoon of salt, but I just literally just sprinkle a little bit because hubby cannot have too much salt with his blood pressure. You know, we control his blood pressure. You don't take medication. And then there's 3.5 cups of flour. Now these are half cups. So I gotta do 1, gotta do 6, 2, and then the half. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 3 cups right there, and then the half. Now, in a few minutes, when this starts moving and doing its thing, because we gotta turn it on, move it, do its thing, I need to put my glasses on. You see? Oh. Sorry, I had to go back, recheck my notes. Now it's stirring it all up. It's called leaven dough. number 13 on the list. Welcome to my Spanglish. This setting is set for an hour and a half for it to make sure it puts it all together. In a few minutes, I just have to come back and make sure the dough doesn't need either more flour or more water. But the whole entire hour and a half, it will be here doing its thing of the fermentation process, right? So we don't have to come back every 30 minutes to flip the dough. It's doing it for us, which I am loving. So we'll be back in a few minutes. Look at that, it's almost done. And don't forget, you still got this sourdough starter that's need to be fed the remainder of this. So I'm gonna go ahead feed this because I do want it to continue doing its thing. And then usually I come in every day and I feed it until I'm ready to bake. So, cheers. Just in case you didn't know, I usually go in and put 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour first before I put any water, because sometimes this thing gets very watery. Sometimes I can go with just putting the flour and no water. But this time around, I think I need water. Check it out. Alright. Put a little bit of room temperature water that I keep on the side. Put a little bit at a time. I think our dough is almost kneaded. Need to check on it. And I already see a couple of bubbles. So my yeast is still alive. Clearly, my fermentation of my sourdough yeast. So that's a good thing, people. That's a good thing. So now I'm gonna set it and forget it, and I'll feed it again tomorrow. Here's my lid. Alright, guys. Let's check the bread. I hear it. Check it out. But it's perfect because I don't see nothing on this side except for a few crumbs that couldn't be reached. It's not sticking to the sides. So don't forget, if it was sticking to the side, that means you needed more flour. And if it was very dry, which is not, it's still sticking to my finger, you needed more water. So it's good to go. I will see you guys tonight because it has to sit here for an hour and a half to rise and everything else. So I'm gonna go to work. My break is over. But before I bake it and do all that stuff, I'll come show you what it looked like. Alright guys, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. I took the dough out from the bread maker, folded it a few times, made it into a loaf, made a slip in the middle, and now we just have to wait for it to rise and then bake it. Good morning, guys. It's the next day. Making breakfast. We're still prepping today, so this is gonna be a long video. If you like watching these, keep on watching. Have you ever seen a geese egg? Yep, that's what it looks like. You see the size of that yolk? And we finished the bread yesterday, so I'll let you know how the geese egg is, because this is our first time getting a geese egg, and we'll be trying the bread. Here's the bread. We didn't make it last night, but I'll let you know how it tastes in a few when we're done eating breakfast. Alright guys, today I am also making a ginger bug. If you don't know what that is, it's a fermented ginger with sugar, water, and then you can add flavor as we go. But today I'm starting with the 10 grams of fresh ginger from the garden that's been freeze dried. And then I need to add 10 grams of sugar. So the sugar is going to go in my half-gallon jar. So I'm going to zero this out. Make sure it's zeroed out. And then I'm going to put 10 grams of sugar. This is sort of the same concept as if you were making vinegar, basically. Oh, not me putting too much in there. Alright, that was 15. I want to say I really thought it was, that was about a tablespoon. I usually do 1 tablespoon per 1 cup of water. But I think it's because my sugar has clumps in it, so it's grabbing more sugar than really what I need. But I want to make sure I do have it correctly. So it's 10 grams of the sugar. So of course I'm going to keep pulling out sugar as I can. Oh, before my thing zeroes out. There we go. Close enough. Oh, come on. Yep. Still need a little bit more. There we go. And then I need 10 grams of the ginger. And I thought I weighed it, but that's a lot of ginger. And I'm wondering if... I'm going to leave the 1 little gram because I know if I pour it over, it's not going to work. So I'm going to zero this out. Right now it says 11. That's alright. I'm okay with that.
Hey, honey, come to the front door, please.
Okay, hold on. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Hubby needed some help. So here's the ginger. It's raw ginger from the garden and I freeze dried it. So I need 10 grams of that. But I'm going to do 5 because I'm not too much of a fan of ginger. So I'm going to pull for 5. Close to 5. I like to shake it around to make sure that the weight is actually, yeah, you see? So that's 5 grams of ginger. The recipe asks for 10, but I don't want it too spicy because then I can't drink it. If it was up to hubby, he will have the whole thing. He will put more than 5%. So, I mean 5 grams. And then now I'm going to add 1 cup of water. Let's see. I want to see how many grams is the 1 cup actually. 200 grams. All right. We're going to shake this. Put it in a dark place. You should start seeing a bubble. Oh. Why are you not? And it starts making, you have to let it do the fermentation process. So in a couple of days, I'll come and check on it. Stir it a little bit. It's because of the sugar that's in there. I want to make sure that it does its thing. And then after this, hopefully we'll get some kind of fermentation going someday this weekend. So I can add it to this video. And then I'll add lemons. So I got fresh lemons from the store. I ended up just getting a, what is this? This bag is 2 pounds of lemons, which I think they should all fit once you squeeze them. And then I'm gonna soak them in vinegar because these are not organic. I couldn't find organic lemons. So I do want to wash them very well just in case there's some pesticide stuff on there. So now we're gonna put this in our vinegar closet. Let me show you, and I'll set it and forget it till tomorrow. And we'll come and check on it. So here's my ferment closet. So now we'll put you in here. And I usually put them in the red basket because if they do spill over, there's some that don't have a complete lid on it. And they could spill over. At least the red thing catches the spillage. So good morning, people. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I know. It did start snowing. But it's very little. I don't know if you can see it. It's just starting to fall. The plan now is we're going to go take out the animals. Let them roam around, do their thing. We did do yesterday. We put the water inside the chicken coops. And we did put a tarp over the rabbits. So now we're going to go switch the rabbit water. Then I'm going to go put a heater on the side of the barn. Because I remember I have a bunch of jars in there with water. And I just want to make sure that the mini split doesn't give up on me. And all those jars burst. It's not supposed to get bad till like, what, 8 o'clock?
The oscillating fan is by the door.
Yes, I know.
The back.
I'm gonna put that one in there.
It's not that cold. My hands aren't freezing yet.
So why is your hand purple?
My hand must...
Hey! Oh, not me getting stuck to the railing. So, supposed to be going down to 1. That's why we want to put the heater in. Because we just want to be safe than sorry. So I'm going to do that now. And you know it's going to get cold when I bring out the Connecticut gear. Check me out. Yes. Yes. What do you want, Bingo? Go over there.
Oh, she wants that treat. I have it in my pocket.
Oh, then you give her the treat. When you whip out the Connecticut gear for Tennessee, you know it's cold. I even got gloves on. I'll make you guys laugh. When I first moved here, everybody in this mountain was like, you don't need that stuff here. It will never get that cold. Lucky for me, I'm smart enough. I've seen the Simpsons episodes, okay? I am smart enough to know, okay, that God can do anything he wants to do. Right now, he decided to have Tennessee be frozen. So, I kept all my big gear. It's in the back of my closet, but I kept it. And I am so grateful that I did, because that would have been bad. Alright, let me go get the heater. I'll put it on. And I'll keep you guys updated. We're not really doing much today except for putting up the heater. And putting up the heater. Ooh, it got dark in here. We're in the store in Lexton's workshop. Can't even think. Check my orchard. Everything looked dried. Alright, so I'm just gonna get the heater, put it for the waters. This video is gonna be long. Inside the house, I am gonna do the lemon thing if I see fermentation in the water that I made yesterday. The other thing is, I don't even know if these doors if they get frozen, will we be able to open them? So that's another reason why I want to be safe and just put the stuff in here and call it a day. Alright. And then there was lights. So, alright, here you go. See my jars full of water down there? That's my emergency water if I ever need it. Not that I need it. Right now, that thing says 64. And I do have a temperature gauge somewhere around here, unless somebody took it. I have a temperature. Oh. Alright, so that thing says 64. And we have the little gun that tells us, according to this thing, it's 48. So it doesn't blow as hot as it's supposed to. So I'm pretty sure that by the door is colder, because it is cold in here. So you see, so if I point to the door, it's only 37. So that's why we're bringing in the big guns called the heater accelerator, this thing. And we're gonna let it do its thing. I usually put it right here in front of the water. Alright, we're gonna put it on low and accelerate. Alright, so obviously we're gonna get some heat. If the weather don't get too bad, I'll make sure we come back and check on things. I also have a camera that I can come and check on things. Man, all my hard work. Alright, so I'm gonna put this in the beginning of the door so I don't have to walk too far. See, it says 43 and it's supposed to be 64. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this to just heat mode. 64, which is the same, but now I know it's just gonna throw heat. Hey guys, we're here reporting live from Wilder Mountain. Yes, we are. Not sure if you can tell, but it started to snow. I smell snow. It's about 18 degrees. Feels like 8. I am fully geared up, including my Connecticut boots. Chickens are still alive, people. So let's see what this weather brings going forward. I will see you guys again at, it's 9 o'clock. Let's say 11. All right, guys. Hope you guys are surviving. Bye. You know, I think I would have froze. Reporting live from Wilder Mountain. This is your 11 o'clock update. And as you can see, we have a dusting. There's no pileup on the south side. And there's no pileup over here on the north side. So, besides it being 19 degrees, feeling like 10. And a bunch of snow. That's all we got over here. That's all we got. It's supposed to be icy in a few. So you will not be getting any more pileup updates today. But your next update will be around 3 to 4. Because we need to put the chickens away. So, see you guys at 4 o'clock. Alright guys. I hope you like the updates on this weather that's going on. It's 12:30. I fed my starter this morning. I hope you can see that. It's got lots of bubbles. Let me see, can I turn on the light or something? Can you see it now? Let's see, much better. There you go. So I did feed it this morning. It's doing this thing. I didn't add any water for this one because it was watery. I alternate. And right now we're going to do the lemons. So the lemons were soaking in vinegar to get, because they were not organic. Here is the 1 cup water with the tablespoon of sugar and my freeze-dried ginger. Smells very gingery. And I'm going to put the skin of the orange in there. So here they are. Stick it in there. We always clean all of our fruit when we bring it home with vinegar and water, because ain't nobody got time for all that pesticide crap. Alright, so I'm gonna eat the orange now, but here it goes. Just slid the edges. You want to cut it in 4, just like that. Oh my gosh, you're not even looking at me. And then you're going to take salt and put 1 teaspoon in each lemon. And then you're going to throw it in there. Let's see. Oh, wait, I still got some salt. And then you just plop it in there. Boop. Alright, and then you're going to repeat the process with all the lemon. I'll be back. So you guys can see, I don't have enough of the liquid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some apple cider vinegar, and I also can use lemon juice, so to top it off. So I'm gonna do that. So here's my apple cider vinegar, which has its own fermentation already in here because I had to make it. So I'm gonna do a little bit of this, and that will give it a few of the fermentation that it needs. I'll probably give it a boost really, and then I'll top it off with the lemon juice from the store. Actually, I'm wondering, I should do it with the orange. Oh no. There we go. And then we're gonna leave it there for a couple of weeks for it to ferment. Not sure if you guys know, but everything is supposed to be underneath the water. So I got my little weight that we are gonna put in there. Hopefully it won't overspill. There you go, as long as you don't move it. Then I have my fermentation lids. I like these because you don't have to do anything, they burp themselves. So we're just gonna do that, and now we're gonna store it in the cabinet. We are live from Wilder Mountain. It is about 3:30. I did say 4 o'clock for the update, but as you can see, the weather has taken a turn, people. It is now raining ice. I know you hear that bouncing off my jacket. So we are going to put the chickens away, even though most of them already hid. Make sure the rabbits are alright. Give everybody some food. And you will not get an update till tomorrow, people. Alright? So we will see you guys tomorrow.